Welcome and welcome back, everybody, to the OK Grognard Show. Today is Wednesday, July 17th. No, it's July 24th. I get the wrong date on there. That's all right. We'll just say it's July 24th, 2024, 10 a.m. Central, beautiful Lake Geneva. We're going to briefly herald the release of the Sanitariums of Lake Geneva, a book by local author and volunteer at the Geneva Lake Museum, and she works with the Wizard of Lake Geneva Gary Gygax exhibit, and she's a gamer. Her family is gamers. They pick up board games on the regular and play them, and she's done a little bit of RPGing as well and all that stuff. Here, let's get that off of there. Hey, what's coming up this weekend? Oh, I see what it is. A couple days away, it's EggCon. Heidi and Eric Gygax Garland Gygax? I'm going to mix that up every time, I'll bet you. Well, Heidi is, of course, one of Gary's wonderful daughters. And they've decided to do a kind of a mini convention over the weekend of Gary's birthday. Hey, there's Vince in the chat. How you doing, Vince? And that is this weekend. Vince, by the way, keeping a good thought for you and Alexandra. I know you've got the baby due this weekend, too. So, it's a very exciting time to be in Lake Geneva for so many great reasons, and we're wishing everybody the best. But yeah, happy birthday to Gary Gygax. It would be interesting if your baby happened to be born on the same birthday as Gary. That's Saturday, which I think is kind of the due date, right? Did you try to plan that, Vince? Was that something the two of you were targeting, or did you just do that on your own and not tell her, and that's how it's working out now? You clever feller. Vince is a big gamer, of course. He's played in my first edition AD&D campaign, and he also runs games at Lake Geneva games like Hero Quest or the Dungeon board game and things like that. So he's a great time. Yes, he laughs. We wanted to reincarnate the great Gary Gygax. That would be wonderful if the spirit of Gary lived on in your baby. And I think the spirit of Gary lives on in every one of us who takes up the dice and the pencil and play D&D or any other role-playing game, or indeed any video game that has that Dungeons and Dragons DNA deep inside it, because so many do. But hey, I also wanted to mention today that if you were in town this weekend or any time and you're near the museum, or I think on site for EggCon this weekend, I think you can pick up a copy of the Sanitariums of Lake Geneva. Of course, Gary himself was somebody who used to explore the vacant, the ruins of, let's say, because that's more in keeping with the theme, right? The ruins of the Sanitariums of Lake Geneva. And Sonja Akright has done her homework as a great author, researcher, and someone who's also involved with the museum. Of course, she's very on point when it comes to making sure she gets the details right, and she's written this book that is a sort of brief historical treatise on these legacy buildings from the past in the area here. So if you get a chance, check it out, pick it up, because it's a wonderful thing. And she's a great person, and she's a fellow gamer. So you're supporting, not only supporting a small independent author, you're also supporting a fellow gamer, which is just as important. I think we'd all agree. So there you go. We'll keep this fairly short. I think, so we got the convention, and it's a small one, and they had limited tickets, and it's my idea that it's all sold out, but go to tabletop events, look for EGG Con, and see if maybe, sometimes things come up for people and gets to that last minute, and there's some sort of family event that happens or some other emergency that requires them to drop their tickets and not attend. So maybe you can find a last minute cancellation and then fill that up. There's lots of other things to see in Lake Geneva, of course. The Wizard of Lake Geneva Gary Gygax exhibit at the Geneva Lake Museum, but also over at the library. I was just posting today that people who are in town this weekend should make sure they get over there. Of course, there's the memorial stone by the Riviera, but if you're along the lakefront and go by the library, there's a nice little dragon outside, which is beautiful. Inside, there is the Appendix N book section, which is based off of Appendix N from the first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Dungeon Master's Guide, Appendix N, where Gary suggests some additional reading, things that inspired Dungeons and Dragons and him as he was coming into how he was going to write Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and what inspired him with a lot of his gaming, and surely has inspired Dave Arneson and Dave Wesley and Dave McGarry and lots of others, people who were involved in the creation of Dungeons and Dragons in one way or another. And also the park bench, dedicated park bench down at the far west end of Library Park is something you should see, have a seat on, take a picture, all those lovely opportunities. And 330 Center Street, where it all began. Go by Yolanda's place, get a picture in front. She'll probably be around this weekend a bit, so I'm sure she'd be happy to greet some gamers and say hello. And if you're not in town this weekend and you get out later this summer or later in the year for the 50th anniversary year of Dungeons and Dragons, by all means, visit all of these places as well. Well, Vince says he agrees. Gary's at every table, indeed. My father, he says, my father-in-law said he used to ride his mini dirt bike in the tunnels under Lake Geneva. Ooh, the exhaust would creep up into the connected businesses and piss everyone off. And, if that's not a legacy to embrace and try to bring back around, I think your child on the way has some big shoes to fill because babies have small feet. Yeah, so any size shoe is going to be large and be a big shoe to fill for a baby. It just makes sense. Everybody knows this. I don't need to explain. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, check out this book while you're in town. If you're in town right away, or for, of course, EGG Con, go check out Tabletop Events for any last-minute chances to sign up and join in the fun for this weekend. Gary's birthday is Saturday. No matter where you are, celebrate Gary Gygax's day, rolling some dice and playing some games. He would not have it any other way. And he loves that sort of thing. My shout out to the entire family, Ernie and Luke and Cindy and Elise, and of course Heidi, and naturally my good friend Alex, who I was just texting with before the show. He's over at Lake Geneva Games, a place to visit while you're in town as well. Thank you very much. Have a great day. And let's see, what do we got here? Oh yeah. Oops, where did where did that go? Oh no, that's what we want. We don't have anything on the other screen. This the OK Grognard Show. Thank you for checking out this little thing. We're just heralding the new book by Sonja Akright, the Sanitariums of Lake Geneva. Be sure and check it out. This show streams live on Twitch each month. It still says Monday. It's supposed to say Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central. Glover, get your act together. And then it's archived on YouTube. Of course, like, subscribe, follow, all of the thumbs up and comments and all the rest of that stuff. Thanks to our Patreon supporters, Tom Tullis of Fed Dragon Games, Carlos Lysing of Castle Entertainment, Heath Farndon of the NBD and D20, Dave O'Brien, and, as always, Shane Bradley, DM Extraordinaire. This has been the OK Grognard Show from beautiful Lake Geneva. Thank you, and bye-bye.